Hello, everyone. Welcome to High Vibes and a Mic. We are your hosts, Sylvia Madden and Veronique Anenter, moms in our 40s and 50s with lots of great spiritual insights and funny stories to light up your day. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hi everyone, we're back for another little podcast. This is Veronique. I'm with Sylvia. Hi Sylvia, how are you?
Hello, hello. Doing good? How are you?
Yeah, good. So for this Halloween period, we want to talk a little bit about spooky topic. And today we're going to talk about fortune teller.
Mm,
So have you ever had, an experience with a fortune teller or two experiences or more? Sylvia, I'm sure you did.
yeah, I had a few. Let's put it this way.
Please share a story.
Yeah, so let me see where I start. Well, there is one that I was still in Brazil, of course. Like in Brazil is the birth or is the place for all that kind of stuff anyway. Like
Mm-hmm.
psychics, gypsies everywhere, the African religions of like doing the work with stuff, gods, goddess, and
My
like conch
God.
shells. La conch. Have you heard of that? Like there is like this thing that works as a divination tool. Like they have those conch shells, like tiny ones. Like
No.
the person shuffles it in the hand, like between the two hands. They shuffle it and they drop it.
Mm-hmm.
They like
Oh,
release it.
yeah.
Oh, you
I've
know
seen
that?
that.
Yeah.
I've seen
Okay.
that, but not in Guadeloupe though. I think I've seen that with. I will tell you later.
Ah, okay.
I've
Well,
seen it.
that's like
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
you do? Okay. It's called buzios, like what we call when you like they do that. And then they can
Mm-hmm.
see your future and see what's going on in your life. So I was there with a friend of mine, like 20, my early 20s, like walking around downtown after work. And she's like, oh, I know this lady. She does the buzios thing, like with the
Mm-hmm.
conch. And she's like, let's go check it out. And she also like read the tarot cards, like gypsy cards and all this stuff. So I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to her house, like very like tiny house, the middle of nowhere, like very poor, like very like basic stuff. Then, like to start it with, she has to channel a
Of
spirit,
course.
of
Mm-hmm.
course. So for that, she lights up a cigarette. She starts drinking to invite the spirit to come in and to
Okay.
possess her body. So it's the whole process of like to get ready for like reading. She needs to be channeling this person. So anyway, she's with a cigarette. I'm like, wow, okay. And like the house with all the statues and everything, like the African gods
Mm-hmm.
and the stuff. And then she does the conch game there. Game, I mean, the reading.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember her saying like, "Oh, yeah, you're gonna be robbed. Coming, I see it's like something like something's gonna be like they're gonna steal things from you." I'm like, "What? What now?" Like I was already broke. Like like working as a trainee, I wasn't even making much money. I'm like, "What now?" Like, yeah, 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 whatever. And like she
Great.
was talking about, and then I was in love with this guy, obsessed with this guy, of
Mm-hmm.
course, twin flame.
Mm-hmm.
I was totally
Twin flame.
obsessed with the guy.
Wink,
So
wink.
she was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, if you want him back, you need to do this and this and that. I'm gonna prepare this bath for you with
Oh no.
herbs and stuff, and you're just gonna take this bath and you're gonna spray this thing all over your body. You should have smelled it. Like it had such a strong smell, like cheap perfume. Imagine like
Oh
a very cheap perfume.
yeah.
And I would go to work, see this guy every day at work, the one that was I had a crush on, in the elevator. And like shit, I think people can smell me with this
Oh, hell
with this
no.
because it was part of the potion or whatever that she
Yeah,
prepared, right? Do you
the
think
love
it did
potion.
anything? Like, yeah, never saw the guy again. Anyway, just like
These
I
things.
like, well, yeah. She's like, what's this woman? Stay away from me, woman. Sticking up the
Oh, no.
elevator, the work elevator, like going to work, spraying that thing all over me. And so, yeah, didn't get the guy back. And I did get robbed. So
No,
the thing that I didn't want actually
no
happened.
way.
Yeah,
You
she
did get
told me.
wrong. Like after she saw that, or
After she said that, I went on a trip to the south of Brazil, and me, super
wow.
innocent person, put my little case of jewelry with all the jewelry that was buying at work. Because in Brazil, people like they usually sell it at work. They bring
Mm-hmm.
gold gold bracelets, rings, and all that stuff. So I was like, throughout the years, I was buying that, saving money, and buying like nice rings, gold rings, and earrings,
Wow.
bracelets, necklace with the stones and everything. Put
Mm.
it in my suitcase, checked in. It made it to the
Oh,
place I went to, but on the way back,
they stole
when
it.
I opened it, it was empty. Everything was gone.
Oh, the
They
people at the
took it
airport,
off.
they stole it.
They stole it at the
Oh.
airport.
Why
They
didn't
stole
you
it at
put
the
that in your
airport.
handbag? That's gold.
I know,
Juries.
right? Hello. Never again.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
not know. So innocent. I'm like, oh, it's fine. Never
Yeah.
thought nobody
Trusting
was gonna make.
people.
They took everything. Those bastards. So
Oh, yeah.
she could see it. She saw that. So I'm like, okay,
Oh,
you got it
wow.
wrong for the guy, but the robbery, you got it right. Okay, I don't know if I want to come back to see you, but
Did you pay her, that woman?
oh yeah, but it was cheap. I mean, she was very
Yeah.
poor. The place was very, like I don't even know how my friend knew her, but my friend was all into that kind of stuff.
Liars.
So yeah, like oh yeah, I remember that we brought another friend of mine to see her, and she told him to pour milk on the beach. And we still laugh about that.
Oh,
Like,
my.
remember when that fortune teller that told you to bring like a thing of a gallon of milk and pour in the beach in the
Get
ocean?
what? For
Oh, to
what?
get something for work, or like I don't know,
What?
like to pray for Iemanjá, which is a goddess from the waters, the seas. And I think he was there like pouring.
How about go to church, get on your knees and pray God for this to happen? Maybe that's going to work for
How
you.
about that, huh? Yeah. Now
Take
I
the
learned.
milk, go to the water. Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
just
people
pouring
just
milk in the
believe,
water. Can you believe
they
that?
believe anything. I
Yeah.
mean,
Anything. They can tell you to do anything. Walk around
yeah.
with a watermelon in your head. You know what?
Oh, they'll do it. They
They'll
will
do
do
it.
it. That bath stuff remind me of my friend. Same thing. She was in love with that guy. And one day she brought me with her to see that, I can't even say the psychic because I know psychic, you're one. I know another
Yeah,
one,
I don't
Jen,
know how
you're very
they're
good.
called. Yeah.
How do you call these people? Like this guy wasn't legit at all, okay? He showed me a picture of the dude, and I can work on him. Like love potion, all that stuff, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we used to go there. Same thing in Paris. He lives in a little room. We're sitting
Mm-hmm.
on the floor. There was not even furniture in there. We were sitting on the floor, and he had those. What was the word caution? What's the word of
The
those
conch, like because they
those
call
conch?
a conch like the conch shells, like the
I know what it is
horn
because
game.
we eat the stuff inside in the Caribbean. There's an animal inside, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we eat it. I love
But
it. It's really good.
very tiny,
Very
right?
tiny. Yeah, yeah, we
Yeah.
cut it, and we eat it. Anyway, so he had those stuff. And he's like, yeah, he's the one. You have to stay with this guy. He's the one. And the guy was a fucking asshole. He was a fucking asshole. He had like I don't know how many women's. Every time I remember once, and she was telling me, "Oh, that's my boyfriend." I'm like, "Okay, you gonna introduce me? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go to the club tonight." We go to the club. The whole night, the guy doesn't talk to her, doesn't even
Oh
acknowledge
my
her.
god.
And I'm like, I thought he was your boyfriend. She's like, no, no, we're together. But we don't like to dance all the time together. I'm like, okay. And at the
Uh-huh.
end of the night, when it's time, to go home and to do something, he's like, okay, let's go home. Don't talk to her the whole night, and then
What?
let's go home to yeah, let's go home to do something. All right. So I'm like, it's totally
Weird.
using you. But she was in love with the guy. This guy already had another woman. She goes to see the fortune teller, and he's like, "You
Mm.
need no, you don't back down. You need to continue. That's your guy. Yeah, your twin flame also something like that,
Yeah,
right?"
yeah, 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 yeah.
So she continues. She has one kid with the guy, two kids with the guy,
Mm.
and then she continues. She had like a third kid with the guy. That
Oh,
lasted like
no
15,
way.
18, I think 19 years because one of the kid was was in college. And then she's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna move away and to get away from. I think that they need like ocean between them for the spell to be broken because seriously, and I'm sure she stayed with that dude because of that fortune teller telling her,
Telling
this
her,
is the
yeah,
one.
mm-hmm, yeah,
What everybody could see, all our friends we were telling her, he's not the one. He's not treating you well. It's not
yeah,
really, it's just that shouldn't last that long. We all been mistreated by guys. We all did, all right? And at the beginning, you're in love,
yeah,
you're like,
yeah. You don't know,
I'm gonna
like,
change him, right? But
mm-hmm.
after 15 years, come on, you're not even married.
Please, yeah. It's like it's an obsession, like insisting on,
Yeah,
on like a big mistake, and of course, it's not gonna change anything. Like, come on,
no. And you have kids
such
with him,
a
he doesn't even live with you. He doesn't live with you. He's
look
there
at
sometimes,
that.
sometimes he's not there. He's there, sometimes he's not there. Anyway, so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. No,
Giving
thank
bad
you.
advice and people falling for that. That's the worst, right? That they
Once
believe that.
I think also the bad one, that's the one you see at the fair. Oh my god, they are the
Oh yeah.
worst.
Mhm.
What? I remember. I was with Pascal. There was this fair organized by his company. Those picnic, the
Yeah.
company picnic, and they had a fortune teller. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I go see, and I'm like, oh, am I gonna have? Am I going to have kids? And he's like, and he look at me like, yeah, why are you asking me this kind of question? Those are basic questions. I could see that he was like pissed. He's like, of course you're gonna have kids. You're gonna have three kids. You bastard! I didn't have any three kids.
Yeah. See?
I could barely have
Oh my
one.
god. Like you're gonna have nah. And then like, yeah, give me the money, please. Give me my
Yeah.
money.
Oh, and the guy from my friend, the first one also told me I was gonna have three kids too. He said, "You're gonna have a big family. You're gonna have three kids." Okay, whatever.
Oh
See when
wow.
you go tell
Yeah.
one though.
You
Oh,
see? Yeah,
anyway.
they get it wrong. Yeah, they're like they've got it wrong with me with kids too before. Once they
Oh,
like, oh,
really?
you're gonna have two, and I'm like, I
Okay.
have three. It's still like they're just like
They're
they
just
get it.
making up stuff. They
Yeah,
just
like
tell
you
you
just
what you want to hear. That's
yeah,
it. They look
they
at
can't
you
say
like,
anything.
"Oh, this girl, yeah, she's gullible." Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes they get it right. Sometimes it's really, but others it's just so bad. It's just
No,
like guessing game.
I think when they get it right, they're just getting all. I mean, all most of it right, right? But when
Mm-hmm.
it's wrong, everything is wrong. You can see that they're fake. They're not,
Yeah,
right people. Some people
yeah,
have a gift
yeah,
because I've
yeah.
seen one. She had a gift. This one, no, those are well, like they were posers. They were not
Yeah,
real love.
and then they take money from you, and like people can
Mhm.
spend thousands and thousands of dollars on that, like because they say like, oh, you're gonna get back to, he's wait, he's gonna get back together with you. You just have to pay this much. I'm gonna do some
Yeah.
work on the side, and
Yes.
you see, wait and see, and
Yeah.
nothing happens, and you're just wasting
Mm.
your money and your
My
time.
my friend, she spent so much money on that dude. So much money in love potion and all that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Why are you doing this? Why? Don't you want him to love you for yourself?
yeah,
Not because you have a
like
love potion? Like it's gonna work anyway.
my friend like in Brazil who
Yeah.
who did a lot of that. She was really into the Santeria
Mm-hmm.
Macumba that we call in Brazil. Good old
Mm-hmm.
Macumba. It's a some call it Umbanda. They want to call it like a lighter, saying like it's lighter. Like when it's Umbanda, it's more like working with the higher spirits. Macumba, they work with the higher spirits and lower spirits. They
Mm-hmm.
call like the street, like regular people like us who pass away
Mm.
who are still around us, but want to
Okay.
experience. They want to experiment the experience still the mundane things, the earthly
Mm-hmm.
things. So they're gonna
Okay.
be like kind of trying to help in a way, but they're very like connected to the material. So there's very low vibration. Like it's not like spirits
Mm-hmm.
really like high up there. It's a different
Yeah.
So, but a lot of people work asking for things from these lower spirits because they're desperate.
Yeah.
And so I remember my friend was totally into that. Her whole family, her grandmother, it came from generation after generation, her mother. And
Yeah.
she was just like, I'm taking over. I'm going to continue to do this. And she did it for her ex-husband. She did it for her boyfriend at the time. Tons
My
of
God.
stuff every time. Like she would meet with her, like the person there. I don't know the name. Like she would do all those things. It's like, I need a goat. I
Oh
need a
no.
chicken.
Oh
And then she
no.
would go to the like to a market in the middle of nowhere, get like a chicken there, and then come with all the animals. Yeah, for
What?
sacrifice they would do to
Oh,
offer to the gods. Yeah, and then do that. They call like doing the works. And then like offer to the gods, like and food and everything, and then like, hey, I want this person back. Can you help make it
oh
happen?
my God.
Yeah, so she
This
did
guy was
all
taking
of
the
that.
chicken and the goat, put it in his fridge, and he had a meal at night. That's what happened. There was no sacrifice. He
Oh my
was
god.
getting some curry.
But you see the streets of Brazil. I remember, and every time we were like passing on the intersections, especially Mondays and Fridays, they'll just put like a bowl with a chicken, some like farofa or something made out of flowers. The whole meal, like champagne bottles, cheap champagne bottles, cheap ones.
Champagne? Champagne.
Not champagne, sparkling wine, but cheap ones for the god.
Wow.
Everything. They would put it all on the street. And I remember when we were kids walking by, and my parents and everybody just do the sign of the cross, and now
Oh
look.
my God. People will
Ah,
believe and do anything. And
yeah,
I'm sure somebody
yeah.
was coming behind and just take the champagne for themselves, or the wine and the food,
Oh yeah,
no?
especially the homeless people. I'm sure
Of
they were.
course. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
the
great.
drinks. You
Free
can like
food.
you put like fruits. You put. So I was at some point because I was hanging out with her a lot. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do a
Hmm.
little bit of that for my goddess, and I would like bring you
Really?
like eggs, boiled
Oh,
eggs, and flowers, and I put it in a little river. I'm like, oh my god, if
oh
anyone sees
my
me.
gosh.
But like no, doing like things like like some people do for that's the thing. If you're doing like I want to find a job, although I don't think
Hmm.
that is going, but if they believe they're gonna get a job, like by offering foods and whatever to their gods, okay, like I'm trying to find
Hmm.
a job, I want to get pregnant, I want to get married. It's one thing, right? You're
Yeah.
praying, that's your god, like yeah. But when you're trying to like make someone stay with you or
Yeah.
try to
No.
bring another person back or try to get someone to do something that is not their
Hmm.
free will, then
Hmm.
like yeah,
Yeah.
then it's not gonna
Or
work.
or bring somebody down. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Make them be
Trying to hurt that person. That's gonna hurt
yeah.
you. Actually, at the end, you're gonna be hurt.
Oh
I think it's
yeah.
going back to you. I
It
think at
always
the end.
does. It always does. Yeah. It comes back. Those things happen and they exist. People there are a lot of mean people who are gonna do that. But if you have a good protection, believe in God, good, like, spiritual
Yeah.
awareness, you're good, just like put these things
Yeah.
away.
That's
But
crazy.
it
I
is
mean,
like completely, oh my God.
and on the other side, you have good people. I mean, good psychic, like this guy. I already talk about, David, about the. Oh, I never say his name
What
before.
David
I
is
mean,
that one?
Marilyn Monroe.
Oh,
That's his name.
oh, okay.
So yeah, this guy was like one of the best psychic I never met, of course. And so he's the one who told my mom I was going to move to the state, and I was always like,
Oh
"What are you
yeah.
talking
Uh-huh.
about?" Yeah,
Hmm.
and he's the one who told me I would never stay
Yeah.
with my current boyfriend. And finally, this woman, so it was so weird. So a guy from work, we're talking about psychic and stuff. He's like, "I know that woman. She's the psychic of the stars and the president." I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, she only do stars and president, and he knows her by his dad. And he's like,
Mm.
if you want to know, I can arrange a session with her. I was like, why would she do with something with me? I'm not a star. I'm not, no, I'm not the president. Like, she's a friend. And she's a French woman, but she lives in Africa. Don't ask me why. And he's like, this week she's coming, to actually do some session with high people. And she's going to stay at my house. So just come over. So I went there, and there was somebody else. So at that time, I was living with my boyfriend and everything in France, and she told me, "I can see that you're gonna move away to an island, but there's no sun there." It was so funny.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, "An island? Am I going back to Guadeloupe?" She's like, "No, this is not. I don't see the Caribbean. It's an island, but I don't see any sun there. And this is where you're gonna go, and you're gonna get your career." And I was completely lost. I'm like, I don't know what this woman is talking about. Well, that was England. Mm,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
An island with no
100%.
sun. And she told me that. But she didn't tell me England. She said, I see you moving to an island with no sun. I'm like, okay.
Hmm.
And then I also I'm gonna stay there, I'm gonna get my career. She's like, yeah, but that's not the she said, no, that's just a step. Then you're gonna move even further away, and this is where you're gonna stay, and this is where you're gonna meet your husband. And I'm like,
Wow.
wait, I already have my husband. I'm with my boyfriend for 5 years now. I already met him. And she's
Yeah.
like, that's not your husband. I was devastated. I was like, okay, anyway, this woman, she's all bullshit because where am I going to move on an island with no sun? I don't know what she's talking about. And then I'm going to move further away. My whole family is in France. Where am I going to go? I'm like, and for me, it
Yeah.
was like, no. And then I told my friend, so how much do I owe her? Even though I didn't believe anything she said. And he told me, no, it's free. I'm like, what? And he told me, yeah, she told me that she didn't want you to pay. It's free. That I thought that was weird. I was like, how come, And
Yeah.
anyway, everything she said happened. Everything she said happened.
Oh my
A
God.
few, like maybe a
Yes.
year
Huh?
later, 2 years later, yeah, I made the decision to move to England. And then I was like, wait, the island with no sun. And 5 years later, I moved to the state. And I met my husband.
See? Wow. Yep. I
Yeah.
don't know. They just you made me think about one that I saw. I mean, so many. But that one
Hmm.
that I was actually dating another guy at the time. And then I wanted to know about him, me and him. And she's like,
Hmm.
yeah, but you guys get along very well as friends. I could see like because he was a very nice person. So like as like a
Hmm.
friend, yeah, very nice, but he's not the one. You're not gonna be. I'm like, what?
Ooh.
And you know, like, oh my god, what do you want? That is like that
You know,
person at the time.
yeah.
And then she's like,
Yeah.
well, he is not from here. This was in like 2006. He's not from
Mm.
here. The guy you're gonna meet, like he's not from here. He's been living here for a while, but he's not from the United States. He's tall, more like slim figure,
Hmm.
and you're just gonna meet him, and he's gonna be the one, not this one that you are with. So I was like,
Wow.
oh my god, tall, like slim, not from here.
Hmm.
So after this guy that the one I was with at the time, I started dating another guy that was not from California, but he was
Okay.
from Jersey. And I'm like, oh, it's him. He's not from
He's the
here.
one.
Like it's
He's the
him.
one.
He's the one. He's the one. It wasn't him yet.
Yeah.
That was
Hmm.
Patrick. Like the way she described, even like the slim figure, because Patrick was always like the tall, slim, like more like slimmer
Hmm.
figure.
Hmm.
And she said like he's slim, but he has like strong shoulders and all. Like I remember her saying that. And I could swear it was that other one from New Jersey. It's just because he was also tall, but like, well, he's from the United States. But I wanted to kind of like fool myself. No, 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 it's him because he's not from California. Like,
Is that the
so that,
cook?
huh?
Is that the cook? The
The-
chef? You went out with the
no,
chef,
no,
no?
the one from New Jersey, like the one that I stay for. Ben. Oh my God, I have to say the names. Yeah.
I thought the one you were with, she said he's a friend. I thought that was Ben.
Oh
I
no,
thought that you were already with
he was
Ben.
the Persian one. No, Sazan.
Ah,
Yeah, the
okay,
other one.
okay.
Yeah, I was
You
like
have so many
2006.
boyfriends,
That's when I
I'm
met
lost.
you. We were kind of, yeah, you know. Let's keep it a secret.
Ah.
But yeah, so that was when I was with him, and before I met the Jersey guy, that she said that like it's
Mm.
not gonna be you're not gonna see with this Persian guy. You're gonna
Yeah.
meet someone else, and he's not from here. And then like right like when I was actually closer to meeting Patrick, I went to see her
Hmm.
again, and I have to tell you, I spent some money with her, useless money as well. But in the end, like she actually said some things. At least that's the only thing she got right. There was one
Yeah.
thing she got right. Other stuff she got wrong, but this she
Yeah.
totally got right. And then I went to see her again, and she's like, you're gonna meet him through someone you know. Through someone you know,
Okay.
you're gonna meet him." And I'm like, oh God, I don't know. My friends don't have any interesting guy. Like, there's no way. How am I gonna meet anyone? But then, how I met Patrick was went to the Irish pub. I knew he was with a friend, a guy that I knew already,
Okay.
another
Can we
Irish
keep that
guy.
for can we keep that for another podcast? We're supposed to do a podcast about how we met our husbands.
Oh yeah, no, but that's how. Oh yeah, but this is like how the fortune teller said, like it was gonna be
Mhm.
between with a person that you know. So it was this
Okay.
guy that was at the Irish pub as well with him. Then I'm like, oh my god, I know that guy. Who is his friend? I started looking for his
Yeah,
friend, you know.
exactly. Okay, I didn't know
So,
you had somebody in common. I thought you just saw him and
oh
and you just
no,
approached
yeah,
him. Okay.
I already knew
All
the
right.
guy for years, like hanging out in Mountain View in the those pubs there.
And he was hiding Patrick in his pocket for years. He couldn't have told you
Yeah, I'm
earlier.
like,
Seriously.
hello. No, but that was
Do
the
you
year that
mind?
Patrick moved. I think he was here in the area for like 6 months only. So he was
Mm,
kind of new in the Bay Area. But
okay.
what did you want? Did you get it now? It was that other boyfriend and the previous. Like I went. It was like
I mean,
a few
you
waves
have to
there.
put can you put numbers on the boyfriends because I'm
Bo-
completely lost.
Boyfriend number two, the number three, and
Yes,
then the official now. Okay,
the husband.
my husband. Well,
All
let's
right.
go. Let's go talk about your previous relationship, Sue, one day, huh?
Oh, which one? Because
No, we have
they're
to
all a
talk about. We need to do
disaster.
that one. We need to know have the 5 year old one there, the 5 year relationship.
Ah, the
We have
five
to
years
do it.
relationship. Fucking
Yeah.
disaster. You know this guy. Yeah, well, we'll have time to talk about this guy anyway. Don't worry about it.
Yes, yeah, because it's another amazing and funny story. So we have to talk about that.
Crazy story, crazy. All right, guys, thank you for listening. Don't forget to to follow us on TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram,
Instagram. Subscribe
and
to our channel.
subscribe. Please. Yeah.
Yes, and spread the word.
Thank
All
you.
right. Bye. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you for tuning in to High Vibes and a Mic. Until next time, laugh hard, stay silly, and never forget to bring your sense of humor. Please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest.